Hey guys, KRX50 here with another review. This time I'll be reviewing the Henshin Belt Deluxe Birth Driver from Kamen Rider OOOs. This is the belt used by Kamen Rider Birth to transform and summon his various weapons. This set normally includes the Birth Driver, 2 cell Mels, and a set of belt straps. However, I bought mine used and the seller didn't include the belt straps. So, let's get started. To start, we'll look at the included cell Mels, which are the Sasori cell Mel and Kani cell Mel, based on Scorpion and Crab respectively. These are your standard cell Mels, being made entirely out of gray plastic. You can see the designs etched into them. They have plastic rims, unlike the core Mels, which have metal rims. Then on the back, each of them has this X symbol to indicate that they're cell Mels. These can be scanned with the O scanner to get a sound out of them. Next, we'll look at the birth driver itself. So, this is done up almost entirely in a combination of silver plastic and black plastic, and is designed after a gachapon machine, which is something pretty interesting because not only have gachapon toys been a staple of Kamen Rider for years, but also Bandai themselves owns the trademark to the gachapon name, but they also sell the name out to other companies to use generic versions of it. As you can see, it's got a pretty interesting design, with a clear and green gachapon capsule in the center, crank on the side, then the Mel slot up here. You can see it's got a lot of intricate detail to it, with some silver and gold paint to it, a bit of metallic red. This whole part here is actually black paint. You have just a bit of gunmetal plastic as well, and then for the crank here, it's nice chrome gold. On the back, you can see it's got some more nice detailing to it. You got the battery compartment here, takes through AAA batteries. Have your speaker up here, and your power switch here. Now, like I said, I bought this used and it didn't include the belt straps, but I can give you the closest approximation of the belt straps, which are actually the straps from the Meteor driver. See, while the clips are different and won't actually fit here, for the Meteor driver they actually reused the same belt design and backplate for it, which has all these studs running throughout, and then the backplate here is again designed after a gachapon capsule, and designed after the various capsule ports on Kamen Rider Birth himself. Starting off, we'll switch it on, and get a confirmation line sound. Then we'll activate the transformation by taking one of the cell Mels, dropping it in, then twisting the crank until the capsule pops open. And there you go, and as you can see, you now see the design of the inner light, which again has an X symbol, reminiscent of the cell Mels. Now what's interesting is how the crank works. As it's not a very complex system, it's actually pretty simple. You see, basically, you see that starts out with the line here being vertical. Then once you rotate it a full 360 degrees, that causes the capsule to pop open. Then putting it backwards will actually do the same thing. Additionally, after enough time passes, the transformation will deactivate. I believe it's about 45 seconds for that to happen. So let's do the transformation again. And next we can activate the special attack, or the cell burst. So that's activated by putting in 2 cell Mels. there you have the standard sail burst. Then we can get to sewing the birth claws weapons. So for that, we put in one semmel, then twist until the capsule opens. First up is the drill arm, for which you can activate the cell burst. Then next, you have the breast cannon, and breast is also another word for chest, so it's not entirely referring to the female form. Next is the crane arm. After that is the cutter wing. After that's the shovel arm. And last but not least is the caterpillar leg. Now, a couple things to know about this is that you cannot have the... well, basically you can't skip through them. So, for example, if I go back to the next one, then try to interrupt it, it can't be skipped. So you can't really skip to the one you want, you actually have to cycle through them. Another thing is that you don't technically have to have the capsule closed, as indicated here. But it is a better indicator and more satisfying experience to have the capsule closed, so that you get that pop when you turn the crank to that certain point. And there we go. So I know this is a bit of an odd review to have at this point, but this is a belt I actually got sometime earlier this year. I don't exactly remember when, I think it was a few months back. But basically I got this to complete my collection, but for some reason at the time I didn't think about reviewing it, and so I decided to get around to it now, mainly because I've kind of run dry my backlog of recent toys to review. But that being said, it is certainly an interesting toy. The Gashomon capsule concept is very unique and very interesting, and the turning of the crank and the popping open of the capsule is a very nice and satisfying experience. It's also a nice standalone belt, as all the sounds that you can get immediately out of the box, which is very nice, as there are a lot of belts these days where you need to buy extra things in order to get all the sounds out of it, so it's nice to have one where it's completely self-contained and everything you need is right there, right out of the packaging. So if you're a fan of Kamen Rider Birth, this is definitely something I'd recommend picking up. Next time, as a follow-up to this, I'll also be reviewing the Birth Driver. That'll be Friday at 6 p.m. PST. So, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And if you're new and would like to see more, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. And for now, this is KRX50, writing off.